Welcome back, trainers. So we're going to be taking a look at some battles using Clefable as well as Scrafty and then Alolan Muck on a team. We're going to be using that for the whole duration here. I'm going to be entering with Alolan Muck every single time. Now, what I'm trying to do with this specific team is lead with the Muck. If it's not the best situation, try to make do with it, because the Scrafty can take care of a Registeel as well as a Giratina, and that is what I'm trying to fish here for with this specific team, and then Clefable can kind of hopefully back it up. We do need to look out for charm users. They are going to be hurting the Alolan Muck quite significantly, as well as the Scrafty immediately taking it out, so we really need to look out for that. So I found it to be quite useful. Let's see what happens here. Those are the IVs, not the best IVs for the Alolan Muck, of course. The Scrafty could do better, I guess, with better IVs, and then the Clefable is looking pretty good, completely maxed out. That is going to be an expensive investment as far as completely maxing that out for that Pokemon there. So let's go ahead and see. We're able to just about take out that Registeel. Going for a power-up punch here. It is going to be an Armor Mewtwo, so we're not looking too great. We're going to be resisting the Psyshock as well as the Rock Slide. Dynamic Punch is going to hurt, but Armor Mewtwo doesn't have the best attack, so they did go for Psy Strike. We did block it up. So at this point, we do have our attack raised because we did go for those power-up punches. And now it's going to be doing massive damage with the foul play here. So we're going to be going for a bait because it did quite a bit of damage. Let's see if they decide to protect it. And they do, which is great. So we're both at an even shield advantage here, 1-to-1. We're going to let this go through. It's another Psy Strike. Even though we're part fighting, the Dark type is going to help us resist the Psychic move. So in comes Giratina, and now we're looking really nice. We do have energy stored up here, so if they do decide to shield this up, we can just go for another one after we do shield. So I think I'm going to let this go down, because we do have the Clefable at this point, and we're going to be able to shield up, have energy. They are deciding to switch with that Registeel, barely any health left. We need to shield this up because it will be super effective to us. Let's see if we're going to be able to charm them down before they can hit another one, and we do. So we have no shields, so their Giratina comes in, and we're able to take them out with the charm. Alright, so I was actually able to win 5 out of 5 with this team here. So going into the next match, there's going to be a little something I need to point out here. There was quite a few of Armor Mewtwo's. I don't understand. I never run into Armor Mewtwo like this, but you're going to see, I think about 4 of the matches we have an Armor Mewtwo lead, which is great for us. Actually, very great, because we're going to be leading with the Muck. I just found it very odd. Although I was playing very late at night, and I never really do that, so maybe people use Armor Mewtwo at night. No algorithm. So we're going to be going for the Dark Pulse here, and they are going to be shielding it up, using their last shield here. So we're going to be in the clear to do quite a bit of damage. I do decide to shield this up, seeing that they did burn both of their shields here. And we're going to be able to get to another Dark Pulse. Kind of waiting for them to potentially switch so I don't hit, say, like a Togekiss with a Dark Pulse and waste all that energy. It does go through, and at this point, I think I do shield again and farm down. Yeah, okay, that's exactly what I do. So, looking pretty comfortable. No shields on either end, but we're loaded here. We just have to make sure to be quick in case it is a charm user. It is going to be another Alolan Muck, so we're going to be going for that Gunk Shot here. It is going to be resisted, but it is so strong, as you can see here. And they're going to have to use a charge move here unless they wanted to take another one from me, because trying to Faint me down with Snarls is going to happen, but I am going to get off another charge. So we're going to be going in here with Scrafty at this point, getting ready for a potential switch into a charm user. It is going to be a Swampert here. So I found that they were giving my team kind of a little bit of trouble. We don't have anything necessarily resisting water, and that is the problem here, but we're still able to handle it to some degree. Scrafty can take hits okay here, so we decide to absorb that Hydro Cannon, then go ahead and go in here with Clefable. It is going to have to take another one because we do not have any more shields here, so let's see what they decide to bring out. They're going to be hitting us with an Earthquake. Big damage. Not good, but we do have energy. No more shields, so let's see if we are able to get to a Meteor Mash, and we were there. Are we going to be able to survive this potential Dark Pulse here? It is a Gunk Shot, unfortunately, wasted energy, but we're going to be able to put in work with the Scrafty here, so it is going to be 1-to-1, and we've seen the Scrafty going up against a Alolan Muck before. It performs so nicely, and we're going to be able to take the win there. Because of the Dark and Fighting type, we're going to be doubled up resisting Dark moves, so trying to finish this off with any sort of quick moves is not going to happen. unless we did have a very low amount of health. But we're going to be doing so much with our counter and power up. So we're met with another Armor Mewtwo. What was I telling you? These are literally back to back to back to battles. All right, there was no like battles in between. It just kept giving me Armor Mewtwo. So this is a good lead, but they do make a nice switch into Poliwrath. We were just going to get that off to do damage here, and we're going to go ahead and farm down with the Clefable. And we're just going to go ahead and take that. We will be resisting the dynamic punches, and I threw the Clefable on the team because we needed something to kind of take care of the Poliwraths. They were getting a little bit annoying, and Clefable is the perfect Pokemon to do that there. You don't really even need to get off any charge moves, just kind of charm them down. So they're going in with their Mewtwo here. I think I let this go through because we have the Muck to handle this, and we're able to get to a... Oh, we were there. We were on the Meteor match, but unfortunately not able to get it off. So we're just going to go back in here with the Alolan Muck, and they're going to be making an immediate switch into Lapras here. So I decided to gain a little bit of energy, just so it's loaded in the back, ready to go. And now Scrafty is going to be able to handle the Ice and Water types, so super effective with our fighting moves here. We're just going to vamp up that counter and do more and more damage. If they decide to shield up a Power Punch, then perfect, because I am not going to be going for a Dark Pulse, I do not think, or a Foul Play. So expecting a Surf out of the Lapras, and that's what it is. And, you know, it's chipping away, it's doing a good amount of damage, but the counters on Scrafty are just no joke, especially when they're vamped up. It's kind of like a Mawile deal, like I was doing with the Shadow. You know, we have the Fire Fang, and then when we do the Power Punch, it just makes it so much stronger, and then it just starts running through the Pokemon. Kind of the same concept with the Scrafty here. So we're able to take down the Lapras. They still have 2 shields, so we need to be careful of that. Going into here immediately so they cannot farm anything here. Still sitting on 2 shields. Getting a little bit of lag. And this is their last Pokemon, and they're able to get to a charge here. Probably going to be within my best interest to shield this up. We should be able to get to this one, burn a shield, and then they potentially may hit us with a charge move. We will survive and then barely be able to get off another one here. Or we had a little bit more energy than we expected, so we're able to get to another one sooner, and this should KO. And we take down that Armor Mewtwo with the Alolan Muck. Great, this team was working quite nice. My score has dropped pretty hard because I was testing out the most ridiculous things, including a Tentacruel. Although Tentacruel, hey, is pretty good. It walls Registeel. Just make sure you do have Hydro Pump, but a few good matches, a few good matchups, I should say, in a match, but not too many wins with these Frankenstein teams that I am making here. So we're matched up against the Registeel. We're going to be letting that go through here. And just trying to preserve the shield because I know I'm able to take a Focus Blast. The Lock-Ons would not be able to take me out, and what I would do is potentially just shield up their second charge move, and then we should be able to win. But unfortunately, they're able to take us out here because we did not shield up, but that's fine. We're able to go in here with the Muck and charge up a little. They go in here with the Clefable. We're going to go ahead and bait their shield here and then try to go for a Gunk Shot. Although, take a look at the charms. They are just doing a lot of damage here. We're going to have to definitely shield this up if we plan to make it to the Gunk Shot. If this gets through, it's going to easily KO. And they shield it up. So we're making an immediate switch into ours because the Muck is no use to us. And at that point, they were just going to farm us. So making a switch and preserving the health on this for whatever they have at the back ready to go. Are we going to be able to charm down? I got a little nervous. We would have been able to do it, but I just went for it. And then it's a Giratina. So even if I had energy, I don't think I would have won that one. So yeah, they're going to be able to take the win there. Just to let you know too, this is going to be before any sort of Ancient Power nerf. All right, these battles were recorded last night. So no Pokemon on my team were affected by the changes recently made in PvP to some grass moves and other moves. And I don't think I went up against too many people who were using Pokemon that did receive that change, other than the Giratina, of course. So we're going up against a Kanto Muck. Very interesting battle here. So the Alolan Muck is going to be able to come out on top on this scenario here. They're going to be going for the Thunder Punch, and it looks like they have Poison Jab on that regular Cantonian Muck. And we're going to be letting this Thunder Punch go through again. We're going to be able to get to the Dark Pulses quite frequently, and they're doing a lot more damage than the Thunder Punches are, so we're in a great position. Expecting potentially Acid Spray. on it for its other charge move, and they're bringing in the Gramble, looking to get to the Gunk Shot. Unfortunately, they were able to take us down with Charm. So we know what the Charm user like Gramble means for Scrafty: absolute destruction. So what we need to do is get this thing out of here at all costs. Use our shields, it doesn't matter. We just need to make sure this Charm user is out of here, and then it should be somewhat in the clear to roam around for whatever they do have in the back there. So we're able to take it down. There's going to be a Giratina in the back. We're going to go ahead and go for that Meteor Mash here, and the Scrafty should potentially be able to take this out. So there is one more shield on their end here. Should have switched after I'd done that. I think what I was thinking at the time there was I was just doing a bunch of damage with charms anyway, so we'll just continue on, bring it as low as possible before we do Faint Out. But on the other hand, they're going to be able to gain energy on us there. So in with the Scrafty, decide to, I should let this go through. Okay. I think what I was doing is waiting for a potential boost from an Ancient Power, so I didn't really quite want to use it yet. Just going to be going for the Foul Play. And now we're going to be going ahead and shielding up. Really liking Scrafty, best buddy here. Really fun Pokemon to use. Just has to look out for those Charm users and Fighting type users, of course, as well. Although it can go toe-to-toe with Poliwrath. It could take a Dynamic Punch, and then when it gets off a Power-Up Punch and those counters start adding up onto the Poliwrath, it's actually really nice. So we're able to take that win there. This is a very interesting battle. It gets very fun and nerve-wracking for me at the end here. So we're met with the Cresselia. This is great here. And they do have Confusion, which is not going to generate that much energy like Psycho Cut, but it's going to be dealing a good amount of damage. So they're not going to be able to get to their charge moves as quick here. So they're going to be looking great on that. And we can take a Moonblast. We can take a Future Sight. We can take an Aurora Beam. I think I do decide to shield it up or let it go through an Aurora Beam. So good thing we didn't waste a shield on that. Going to be doing big damage if they decide to let this go through and they go ahead and shield. Something very rare that you see happening from somebody shielding up their Cresselia. So going to go ahead and go for another one of these here, and this should be able to finish it off. If they decide to use their last shield, that's great too, and they decide to let it go down. They're going to be bringing in Swampert, so the Muck is doing exactly what I wanted to do for the team. So basically take care of their first Pokemon, in comes the second Pokemon. We're going to be able to do damage here. And, I mean, they could potentially farm us down, but they're going to have to use a shield to block our next Dark move. Otherwise, they're going to be going down. So they're going to finish this off with a Hydro Cannon, gaining a little bit more energy than needed to do so. So they're ready to go. And, yeah, we have 2 shields left. We're going to shield this up. But they're going to be able to hit another one, I do believe, right after this. Yep, there's that stored energy we were talking about. So this is going to hurt. It's going to take us below half here, or a little bit before half. We're able to farm down, not quite to the Meteor Mash yet, but there we go. So that Giratina. All right, let's see what we can do here. We have a Scrafty in the back, so as you can see how this team is working out for me. Quite nice. We are getting good leads too, though. And we're going to go ahead and let this go through here. So we have the Clefable in the back. That has a little bit of health left. So we have 1 shield, so we're looking good. If they do get a boost, we're not going to be looking too great, and they get the boost right there. So instinctively, I immediately go for Power Punch because I want to make my Foul Play stronger. So we do that, and then we go ahead and go for this. And now this is going to be doing a good amount of damage. It has been neutralized now. They did raise their defense. I raised my attack, so it's back to normal at this point. But they are going to be doing a lot of damage to us. So going for a Dragon Claw, shielding that up. Can we please get to another one? I'm pretty sure this is going to KO us. Is our Clefable going to be able to get it down before they're able to get to another charge? Come on. And we're able to take down that boosted Giratina just in time. That was awesome. I was surprised I got that one there. So moving into the next battle, we're met with an Articuno. So very interesting. I got a little nervous as to what I should do exactly. Didn't want to switch into my Clefable and then met with a Registeel, or switch into my Scrafty and then met with a potential Togekiss or a Charm user, and then it's just going to melt away, and then I'll be stuck without a extra Pokemon that I could have switched differently. So just going to be taking this Ice Wind. Our attack has been dropped. So at this point, I want to go for the Gunk Shot. and we're able to get to it. So this is still going to do good damage if they decide to let it go through. Alolan Muck, very nice lead here. So there we go. So is Articuno. Just got a little bit better. Yes, the Ancient Power was nerfed a little bit as far as the power is concerned. But it is going to be able to hold up a little better going up against Giratina now because of that nerf. So it's kind of a trade-off there. So Articunos, you may see a little bit more of them now since they don't have so much to worry about with that extra damage from the Ancient Power. So we're going to be taking a hit to our attack, and they're switching into Lucario, and we're going to be switching into Scrafty. Now this is a very risky battle for both of us, but Scrafty is going to be able to come out on top. Now I have to look out for a fighting type move. They are hitting us with super effective. They let that go through. We're going to be shielding this up, so we did vamp up our attack at this point. So we're going to be able to take it out with just another counter. There it goes. We didn't even see it. In comes the Giratina. They do have one more shield left, so I decided to just go for the foul play. And really hoping I get this through with the boosted attack. And we do. Going over half damage, which is pretty good. Scrafty putting in work here. So we do have the Clefable in the back as well. Going for Ancient Power, not doing that much damage. Going for a Power Punch to potentially burn a shield or just use the energy before I do go down. Yes, I could have switched out my Scrafty before that and, not let him farm me down there. But we still have a shield, so we're still comfortable doing that at this point. So we just go ahead and go in here. We're going to be able to charm down. We have energy. In comes Articuno. We're able to take it out with a charm. In comes Giratina. And it has a charge move. Oh my gosh, what is going on? Ancient Power. We're able to survive it, and we take it down. Let's go. All right. So that Ancient Power is not going to even be doing that much damage anymore. So going up against a Gyarados here with Dragon Breath, this is going to be tearing into our Alolan Muck. But we're going to be able to spam it with some hard-hitting charge moves here. That nice old Dark Pulse. Our quick move generates so much energy so quickly. And with that one weakness, we really don't have too much to look out for. Expecting a crunch out of the Gyarados, so we let it go through. In comes a Poliwrath, and we're just going to go ahead and get off Gunk Shot before switching into Clefable and absorbing this potential Ice Punch. Yep, because we're pretty low. There was no need for them to go for that. Able to charm it down with energy. They're bringing in a Registeel, and this is perfectly fine. We do have the Scrafty in the back. Everything's been set up perfectly here, and we're good to go. Letting them take us down, not wasting a shield. We're going to go in here with the Scrafty and build up that power-up punch, raise our attack. And unless they bring in a Charm User, we're going to stay in here if they switch. And it's going to be that Gyarados, so we're safe to go. We're going to be able to even finish it off with counters. You're going to see it still does a good amount of damage. They're going for that Crunch, which is not doing much damage whatsoever to our fighting a Dark type here. And we're able to finish it off with counters and a power punch there. In comes the Registeel, and we still have 2 shields, so we're looking great. We're exactly where we want to be. Scrafty is going to be able to shine here without any charm users in the way. So just putting in tons of damage with that counter, and they do decide to give up that match there, and we take the win. So I didn't even edit these in between, and we have one more before we have 5 wins in a row with this specific team. So really enjoying it. And it is vulnerable. It's not like the best around. Like I said, I like putting together lately these weird teams just to see how they do perform. So we're met with the Togekiss. I mean, okay and not okay because, well, Charm's hurting. So we're going to have to actually bait a shield here. Building up to a Gunk Shot. They do decide to shield. Great. And we're going to be able to get to a Gunk Shot, but we have to shield this up. Also, Ancient Power taking a hit is also going to be affecting Togekiss. So they do decide to switch into Poliwrath. I should have potentially not went for the Gunk Shot and saved that for the Togekiss. That was a mistake. All right, so definitely a big mistake. It almost takes it out, and at this point, we're going to just charm it down, and now what? They're going to bring in a Registeel. It's going to be a Togekiss. All right, so we're going to be able to get to that Meteor Match. This is going to take them out if they do not shield up, and they decide to shield up. So we need that Togekiss out of here. We cannot go in there with Scrafty. I was getting nervous. This is crazy. Okay, this is all coming back to me. I decided to shield up. We can't. We have to do what we have to do before the Scrafty comes in. Even shielding up an Alolan Muck with like 4 health. So it worked out great. We are shieldless though. So let's see if we're going to be able to pull this off here. They are shieldless as well with that Giratina. And we've seen how this works out. It looks like we're going to be taking the win Potentially, not quite yet. If they get the boost, it's over. Maybe. Well, no, it's not over, but it's not looking great. So, almost. And they're getting 2-1 more, so we basically won. So, looking good. Clefable is pretty good. I hope you enjoyed these battles here, trainers. If you did, please give it a big thumbs up. And subscribe if you're new. Share it with your friends if you think that they will like this. Thank you for watching. Be safe out there, trainers. And I'll be catching you all next time. Take care.